Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Sunless Sea. We're at the Salt Lions. So I did make my way here in between episodes. I think, as I said last time, and there's not a whole lot to do here. Right. Visit the Unmakers for some Tisan, was it? Yes. Lose 5 Terra for free. That's awesome. And I guess we're gonna try this Sphinx Stone delivery and see how profitable this is. Right, it costs 200, we need 20 spaces, and of course the trip is gonna consume some fuel, but I mean, this is very close to London, in almost a perfectly straight line, east to west. So we'll see, and I mean, I suppose, depending on how profitable this turns out to be, and if it really is infinitely repeatable, or at least somewhat repeatable, I might find myself doing this a couple more times, almost certainly completely off camera, because, you know, if nothing else, it's not going to be the most interesting thing to do, but it might be a way to just to make a little bit more money for almost no other cost. I mean, I was going to say that Terra is going to keep going up. I mean, obviously, ideally, we're going to make enough of a profit to make up for the relatively small but non-zero cost in terms of fuel and supplies. You're probably almost certainly going to use up at least 2 units of fuel, I would say. One for each leg of the journey. Maybe only 1 unit of supplies for 1 back and forth trip, though, so still looking at, what would that be, 40 echoes for resources used. But then if you can get your free, tea and cookies every single time, we might even end up losing Terra overall, because we're definitely not gonna gain more than 5 Terra for this short trip. So, we'll see. This might be a really good thing, actually. Not very exciting, but, you know, I could do it while watching a video or something on the side. Maybe after we're done with our London business for today, for this trip. Anyway, the Unmakers are here to reduce the Salt Lions, yes. If the stones weep, the Unmaker advises you ignore them. Unless they flood your hold, of course. Then you should probably drop them overboard. Don't tell anyone I said that. Huh. I wonder if that's a thing that can just randomly happen, maybe slightly discouraging you from doing this over and over, but we'll see. For now we have 20 units of Sphinx Stone. The Unmakers have smashed these sad and rubbly remnants off the flanks of a salt lion. A contact in London will purchase them. Right, good. I mean, maybe there is some sort of limit to it. Maybe that contact in London is not going to buy an unlimited amount, or maybe they're going to pay less at some point, or, you know, something. Anyway, continue. Hold? Oh. Yeah. Game, take your time, it's fine. There we go. Right. We do have a alarm box for Station 3. We do have 2 specimens. We have the strange catch that I was going to use to commission some clothes, some fine clothes for hearts, I suppose, because that seems like maybe the most doable of these. Well, the only one that I'm kind of uncertain about is the dress uniform. Although I would probably be interested in the pages bonus the most. Hearts isn't bad either. I mean, any bonus would be okay, but the linen I could get for secrets, but that's very far away. I don't know if there's another place to just straight up purchase that with money. Ivory I think I could purchase with money. Caskets of sapphires I'm almost certain I can purchase with money. But we'll see if I can find some spider silk somewhere. Maybe in London. Anyway, okay, let's just go, I suppose. Without further ado. Okay, we just started a new fuel barrel. And yeah, it's a straight line. We have to kind of dodge A little maelstrom along the way, you know, nothing to worry about. And of course there's always a small but non-zero risk of running into some sort of, you know, monster. Although depending on the kind of monster or enemy. Tram steamer. That's not an enemy. I don't think those are hostile, ever. I mean, I'm just thinking about potentially repeating this trip over and over, and, you know, I might, depending on the kind of enemy that I run into, if indeed enemies can spawn on this very short trip, you know, I might decide to fight them after all, even though I typically avoid combat. But, I mean, if this close to London, maybe we find those very weak pirate vessels, or, you know, very weak crabs. I guess those are probably the two things I would consider fighting. We might get something nice out of it. Nothing too amazing, I suppose. Anyway, collect messages. Breath of relief. As soon as the gangplank touches the quayside, the terrors of the sea. Okay, that's the one that reduces your terror 250, I suppose. It doesn't happen automatically, it's just an option. Right, well, let's do this. Something has changed underneath. Someone wants to sign on. The alarming scholar has invited you to call on him at the university. Okay. Something new actually gonna happen there? Alright. Okay. Still not being attacked by, I don't know. By a group of shady characters sent by, a certain businessman whose offer we refused. We'll see when that finally comes back to bite me. Anyway, how do we... Rose's Wharf? Wonderful Curious. Jovial Contrarian is purchasing long boxes. Are they now? I mean, that's kind of interesting, but we're planning to do something with the one we have, so... Thanks, but no thanks. Do we just actually sell the Sphinx Stone? Was that a thing? And if so, where? We can just... Well, nope, we cannot buy Scintillac. Never mind. Coral that glimmers as of moonlit. Yeah. Right, I'm hoping to find some of this at Port Cecil, where I'm planning to visit soon-ish. Oh, Royal Blue Feather, interesting. So I did see one of these before. Here, I suppose. I must have seen it before. Ah, okay, so we can buy a crate of human souls. We can actually buy both spider silk and linen. Silk is slightly less expensive, though. So I guess I'm just gonna buy 3 units. How much space do we have? Enough. I mean, I might as well, right? I'm pretty sure we can maybe just collect Scintillac. I'm not sure. Did I look that up last time, or was that just my half memory of when we were there a long time ago? But either way, I'm pretty sure we can get that. So, yeah, I think this is gonna be the option, the clothing option we pick. 3 of those, was it? 1 crate of human souls for a demon friend. I hope she's a friend. Just to get those things out of the way. Where do we sell stuff, though? Unless it's... Vision. Hold on. These are all the same stores that are always there. Alarming Scholar. Little present. From the Scholar. You've been so very helpful. I wanted to give you something for your next voyage. I bottled it myself. It's very nice of you, I think. Depending on what this ends up being. So I guess increasing our standing with them did help. Did eventually unlock this. So that's nice. I have 10 lamentable relics. I could just sell some of those. 2 captivating treasures, right? Randomizers, stuff, live specimen. Okay, am I just being blind? Lodgings, interest, desires. We can do this. We will do this. Maybe it's just London? Ah, okay. Fair enough. Deliver Sphinxstone. Special constable, black uniforms. Constables, black uniforms, distinctive caps, the badge of the Ministry of Public Decency. Wait with a cart. Okay. Oh. Unlocked. So I can do this while... Either of those objectives is met, or either of those conditions is met, but it isn't right now. Okay. Anyway, carouse, hire on more crew, put your ship in dry dock, and recruit. I suppose we'll obviously explore this option also to just free up my hold for other things that I might want to put there. Oh, 500 echoes. Wow, okay, honestly, that's more than I expected. I was expecting to get maybe make like 100 echoes profit before, you know, any supplies. And so how much did we end up using? I looked at the bar here, it was around here. Yeah, so like, yeah, less than 1 unit of supplies, although that was only for 1 trip, right? So it might be a little bit more than 1 supply, so a bit more than 20 echoes for that. And fuel, I'm not entirely sure. No, we started a new one, yeah, just as we were leaving, as I noted. So, well, either way, I mean, we're making 300 echoes, so obviously we're gonna easily make 200 echoes per trip, I would say, right? Surely. So that's pretty good. Lost to terror as well. Okay, so terror is not going to be a problem on that trip at all. Yeah, we barely gained any. So we're definitely going to be reducing our terror while doing this. That's very interesting. Delivered the Sphinxstone. The uses of the stone are mysterious. Where must you take it? Well, I did take it. Anyway, what does it say here? Sign. Here's a receipt. Here's a discretion contract. Here's a penalty contract. Your vision is blurred by the end of it all. The cart rumbles off into the coiling fog. Here's your reward. Okay. So, I mean, I'm guessing that there is some upper limit to how often you can do this. You know, with those conditions there that mentioned, I've been doing it for a while, have delivered several shipments and whatnot. So at some point, that's going to change. Maybe you're just going to get rewarded less, and thus it's going to get less and less profitable, of course. But for now, that seems pretty good, honestly. I think I'm just going to do that for a while, probably. But what else can we do? Let's look at the new recruit while we're here, I suppose. Engage an officer, the genial magician that I've seen somewhere at some point. Probably on a different character, I would say. Because why would we not have hired them for a mere 50 echoes? I mean, yeah, obviously. I remember the portrait looking kind of, I don't know, this tiny version of the portrait looking, making him look like a zombie of some sort, or a vampire, I guess, because, you know, I don't know, it's something about the color scheme. But I think when you look at him up close, he looks way more normal than that, at least at first. But obviously none of these characters are ever normal, so, you know. Genial magician increases veils and mirrors. I'll get to work below. Perhaps I should change out of this jacket first, of course. Appoint your officer. So what kind of... So he's literally just a first officer? I mean, these are all officers, right? Let's take a look. No, he's actually an engineer. Oh. Did it say that? I don't know. Probably did. Maybe. You'd think. Okay, yeah. I mean, he looks kind of normal. You know, hook for a hand. Sure, it's a typically a pirate thing. So maybe a former pirate, or who knows? Ask bluntly about his hook. Ask how a magician became an engineer or came to be an engineer. So, you know. Anyway, he's a good engineer despite that missing hand, but Sailors falls silent when he passes. Dispel the darkness. He's mentioned before that he was in the theater. Could he arrange a diversion to improve morale? His eyes are opaque. Opaque? Yes, he acknowledges, but I will require some very peculiar materials. Particular materials. Don't ask why. A live specimen? Jeez. I mean... Terror 10? Okay, so you have to have a certain amount of terror before you'll even consider this. Outlandish artifact? Sure, that's not completely free. Parabola linen? That's not completely free either. 5 firkins of honey? Holy crap. Magician has become your viceroy? Okay. It's another person we can proposition to. Interesting that... Well, yeah, you can only do that with a relatively small number of your officers, which I suppose is perfectly fair. Oh, and he actually increases veils. I was just looking at my stats earlier and thinking, actually I've been thinking about maybe using the Clatory Heirs, no, not the Clatory Heirs, never mind, the Irrepressible Cannoneers option to increase iron. Not that I need iron, but I'm not sure I ever tried. I want to say I did give that option a try, which damages your ship, right? That's, yeah. And I was wondering, because obviously I don't remember anymore, if I did indeed give it a try once, if that's gonna increase my iron by more than just 1 point, maybe making this relatively efficient as far as stat increases per secret used go. Just because it has that additional cost, right? And I was also, and while thinking about that, you know, I thought that maybe I should take another look at which one of my officers, if any, would increase veils, because obviously that's the lowest, and maybe getting that up to 40 just to be more in line with the rest of the stats might not be a terrible idea. Well, if we didn't have one before, now we do. In fact, we might not actually have had one. So, you know, I'm kind of tempted to just do this. We have 10 secrets, and I've been mostly using them not for increasing stats, but for, you know, purchasing stuff at Irem almost exclusively. Might not be a terrible idea to finally use some of these for some boosts. Especially because, well, I mean, Veils in particular, because I have been avoiding combat. And, you know, having more would be useful, for sure. Anyway, after a fish supper and a half carafe of adequate moral ways. Okay. So, yeah, he doesn't require any special items, to at least for the very first step here. So, I mean, there's definitely going to be more requirements than that down the line, but for now, I mean, I don't know. Are we going to be blunt about it? I'm curious, for sure. I wouldn't mind asking both of these questions, but it's probably going to be either or. You know what, let's be bold. Maybe he's going to appreciate it. Or maybe not. A profession-changing injury. A snake bit it off. For once, he's not smiling. I put my hand through an unwise mirror, and a snake bit it off. That ended my career in the theater. I guess it would be pretty hard to perform most, like, sleight of hands when you only have one hand. Sleights of hand? I don't know, whatever. He leans forward. I'm not a spiteful man, but I lost my hand. Perhaps you can imagine what that means to a magician. I am looking for revenge, my lady. I need weapons against a serpent. I rather hope we might come across them. I may ask a favor of you if we do. Find a serpent image to continue the genial magician's story. They can often be found in Irem and rarely in Venderbite and other places. Huh. A serpent image. I am reasonably certain that I haven't come across an item of that name. So I guess I'll keep an eye out. I mean, I've been to Irem more than once at this point and scoured their peculiar offer of items. I've been to Vanderbilt a few times, and I don't remember there being anything too out of the ordinary on offer there. I suppose I could maybe make a quick trip up to Vanderbilt, possibly off camera, just to take a look. And if it turns out to be fruitless, I'll just reload, you know, something like that. You know, while I'm doing the Sphinx Stone deliveries off camera, and you know, might just include that. Of course, if it turns out that I find something there, I'm gonna make it part of the next episode or something. Anyway, yeah, that's okay. Guess we started that story off now. Okay, what else? Let's maybe do things slightly in order, just so I don't get super confused. So, work down the list. Assistance with subsistence, no. Vital. Oh, we did. We did perform a special task for him, though. Where do we do that? Where do we deliver that? Just submit port reports as usual. An appointment. No appointment, but that's okay. That just loops back into itself, right? Was in a great game. Ask what he needs. Information. I'm not crazy, right? We have a special report. Would that be here? It's probably not here. God, journal. Favors, learning, lineage. God, this is becoming quite the list, isn't it? Objectives. Admiralty Commission. Retrieve strategic information from the Chapel of Lights. Visit the named port to retrieve strategic information and return it to the Admiralty. Okay. Maybe I saw the option and I just scrolled over it. Anyway, we can use some refueling. That being said, because all of these are gonna give us new, give us free fuel, of course, or are they actually? Let's start with. Wait. Oh, wait. Chapel of Lights? It's not here. But we were there on this trip, weren't we? Okay, now I'm really confused. It's okay though. Gator's Morn. Let's just go with these. 30 echoes, favor. Do still get fuel. I don't know why I thought that maybe we stopped getting fuel. On Palmerston, where we had also been before. It's 40 echoes. Another unit of fuel. If I do want to continue delivering Sphinx Stone, of course I'm going to have to be very careful about this, so I can't really take that much more anymore. Well, maybe one unit more. We're definitely going to use up some fuel or something on the way. Empire of Hands, Frostfound, Astival. But I mean, I know that we've done the thing at the Chapel of Lights. Or did I not? I didn't just figure we made the trip in vain because I didn't end up having enough of those live specimens and then just reloaded, right? So I specifically remember doing the thing that, you know, collecting that special report, special intelligence report, or whatever it was. Hold on a second. Okay, so it looks like I am just an idiot. Big surprise there. And I actually did reload during my visit at the Chapel of Lights, after exploring the option of of participating in the service there or whatever. And after reloading, I did not redo the intelligence collection, intelligence gathering. That's why I actually don't have it. So yeah, that was very smart. I mean, it had to happen eventually with all this reloading, I suppose. And because the option didn't show up immediately as upon, it's not the first thing you see when you're at Chapel of Lights. You have to scroll down the list, and then that's apparently why I just forgot about it. So yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. I mean, I'm gonna have to return there, or want to return there to, actually continue the Navigator's quest, now that I do have the 2 specimens. But of course, it's still, a bit of a waste. We could have gotten something out of it. I'm pretty sure we've done this extra intelligence gathering quest before, and I don't remember it being like amazingly rewarding, but it would have been some extra cash, Oh well, what's done is done. Obviously, that's a bit too far in the past to reload and redo. So, yeah, I guess, I have more reports to deliver, but we're good on fuel if I'm just planning to do a little bit more stone delivery, so I'm gonna save those for the time being. Okay, what else is there to do in London? We could go carousing. I suppose we always want to do this, don't we? Right, we already picked up the new recruit. Let's go spend some free time here. We're fortunate, no kidding. Lost 5 more terror, lost 10 echoes. Recent news, very useful. And someone whose name you don't afterwards recall. No, of course we're gonna spend time with I don't know where play came from. Spend time with a dapper chap. Maybe we're gonna play a game of sorts. It's not such a coincidence. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be. Good to see you. A few hours together, shared warmth, new memories. It's harder to say goodbye this time. Okay. Lost 10 more terror. Huh. Gonna assume that eventually something more interesting is gonna happen. We'll see. Right, I suppose that's that. Allow me Scholar. Oh yeah, of course. A present. So, bottled it yourself, huh? Should I be worried? 2 supplies. Oh, I was gonna buy some, so I'm glad I didn't. A dark glass. It smells pickled, chemical, salty. Once it might have been eel flesh, but the scholar assures you that it has vital and nutritional virtues. Save it for an emergency, perhaps. Business with the alarming scholar is concluded for now. Huh. I mean, it's nothing special in any kind of way. It's just 2 supplies. Huh. I guess we're just occasionally gonna get stuff from them now that we are good friends. Fair enough, I suppose. What did I say I could? I mean, I could absolutely sell some lamentable relics. We were not otherwise going to use up 10 of these, right? So how much do we get for these? 5, I guess. Oh. You know what? On second thought, I guess maybe these are the least valuable of them, which would explain why we have been amassing so many of them. Yeah, I obviously need my 7 artifacts, thank you very much. In fact, we're going to use them right now. Don't need to visit the Labyrinth of Tigers unless there's something new here. Still 500. Then we're going to save, thankfully. My lodgings, visit your study, rest. I could do some extra resting, but actually we really don't need to. Right, no ladies or anyone visiting me here today. Well, Vicious Desires. Something intricate. Let's finally see what this is all about. Yeah, go. Oh, thank you, thank you. When I look at these, I want so much to travel again. But there is only one journey left in me, I think. You, on the other hand... Well, I'm gonna be doing more journeying. 1,500 echoes, huh? Don't mind if I do. At all. Okay. Something forlorn? Oh, wait. Made 2 more requests? Interesting. 7 bales of linen. Wait. Can I not just... Hold on. Why would I not just buy them here? And why didn't I... Am I just... I mean, we've already established that I can be an idiot sometimes, but if this has always been an option, why didn't I just buy 7 of these? Did I just not have enough money, or what? Because before the 2 choices were either 7 artifacts or 7 bales of linen. I mean, obviously, if I just buy them for 120 apiece, I'm gonna make less of a profit. But I mean, what? It's not like he's requiring anything else. I can just buy 7 of those. That's gonna be 700, 840 if I'm not mistaken. And if I'm gonna be paid another 1,500, and I have no reason to assume otherwise. Oh, it literally says, oh, 1,500 for the artifacts. Never mind. 700 echoes for the bales. Okay, I see. So I'd have to find them cheaper somewhere. Things I'm not sure if they are ever sold for echoes elsewhere. In Irem they cost fragments, of course, 50 apiece. Right, okay, that makes sense. Maybe I did consider this, and that's why I didn't use this option before. Okay. That makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Just a little bit. But, I mean, surely... Okay, so Devil Bone dice are an option. I see. So one of the options can be either Devil Bone dice or artifacts, and the other can be artifacts or linen. Or rather, it's always dice and artifacts, or artifacts and linen. I see. Okay. Right, those 2 sets of requests. So we just happen to get the same one again, and I mean, I think we make some sort of progress with him as well, right? So the game's keeping track of that somehow. Certainly not there. Objectives. A dream and a scheme 2. He has a plan. So I could buy the linen and give to him at a bit of a loss. At a 140 echo loss. But maybe that's gonna move things forward. I don't know if that's worth it. It's technically an option, I suppose. Now, about Mr. Sachs. I would like to do this, but of course, if I'm planning to basically waste some time just going back and forth between here and the Salt Lions for at least a little bit, I don't want to do this quite yet. One thing, of course, that I'm slightly worried about is that, you know, random events might and probably will just keep popping up as I go back and forth, as I return to London every time, you know? And so I can't really just do the whole thing completely off camera, or I'm gonna have to be ready to record if I run into anything, you know, even slightly interesting or that we have not seen before. So obviously I want to include that in the Let's Play in some kind of way. I suppose I can always record those, you know, short segments if they come up. and stitch them all together into a video somehow. It's, you know, I prefer not to do that kind of thing, but the alternative, I mean, there's no alternative. I can't see myself recording taking this trip who knows how many times until maybe the game tells me it's time to stop. So yeah, I'll have to figure something out. Anyway, for now, I suppose I'm not going to pick up any more stuff. In fact, we'll see if I have enough free space by the time I'm back at the Lions. Probably not. I mean, we're going to use a unit of... Actually, this is going to work out almost perfectly. We're just about to feed the crew using one unit of supplies, and we're almost certainly going to use up the current barrel of fuel by the time we get back. So yeah, that's probably going to work out just perfectly with exactly 20 open spaces. So, is there anything else that I wanted to do here that I might be forgetting about? We did pick up the materials for her. We're still looking for the Scintillac. Claytory Air is looking for information in Adam's Way, was it? Right, I did want to check out the... yeah, you know what? Why not? What could possibly go wrong? I was thinking of doing this in London. There. We're gonna damage ourselves. I was thinking of doing this in London so we can just go ahead and repair the ship immediately. So... Oh. Wait. No. I mean, yes. I mean, my god, no! That captain is going to cause explosions, although, now that you mention it... That didn't even damage my ship. I could have sworn that I tried doing that and it did damage the ship? Maybe it's just a chance for that to happen. Okay. The ship must be in good shape to sustain the impact of the Cannoneer's experiments. Huh. Maybe you literally just can't do it when you're too damaged, but it doesn't mean that it is going to damage the ship. Maybe that's just what I assumed all this time. Huh. Okay, never mind then. Never mind. Right, anyway, otherwise her quest is to, or the next step is to go to Station 3, which I'm planning to do. He wants to visit the Colonnade, just like our nameless surgeon, plausible surgeon. Yeah, this guy's quest is gonna remain forever unfulfilled, I'm almost certain. We are only missing the Scintillac for having her make some clothes for us, which is presumably going to move her storyline forward. For her, I guess we're gonna have to visit all the major ports, or all the ports, or otherwise explore more of the map. Pretty sure we have what we need for him. We just need to return to the chapel and not forget to collect our intelligence this time around. That would be nice. We're gonna be returning to Port Cecil for him. She needs to go to the Colonnade. And I'm already forgetting. Wait. Oh, right. We're looking for a serpent image, was it? Right. Yeah, I suppose since Vanderbilt was mentioned, do we have a note for this at all? Learning about, you know, a little more about his past. But is there any journal item reminding me of what we're looking for him? Maybe. Would it be among objectives? I don't know, maybe I'll look over these in more detail off camera. Basically right now, because, yeah, I'm gonna call an episode here. I think we're done with things to take care of. That I can take care of right now. Definitely a bummer about the intelligence report, or lack thereof. And yeah, I would like to start on Mr. Sack's quest, but maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just take a bit of a chance with that after I'm done with the Sphinx Stone business. I will, yeah. Since Vanderbilt was mentioned for the Magician's Quest, I will head up there and take a look, just in case. And of course, I'll report back with any findings. Yeah, I suppose that concludes today's episode. Not the most exciting, as I kind of expected. Just a little bit of maintenance work, basically. But, you know, that's part of the game. So, next time, who knows? Who knows? We will see. Maybe it's going to be a little bit more interesting. I don't know. For the time being, I thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.